it must be busy for you behind the scenes in Congress these days, because House members will constantly want to turn to voting rights attorneys and voting rights experts. You can tell them from your experience in the field what's going on here. What is your reaction to where it stands tonight as of these 12 states and what's coming? Possibly Texas might join them soon.
Well, Texas will join them soon, and thank you for having me on, Lawrence. And this is one of the most dangerous periods for our democracy in our history, period. We had one of the worst attacks on our democracy on January 6th. I was on the House floor when that happened. And now we have state after state after state advancing creative and new laws to try and make it harder to vote, all to support the big lie. And this is so concerning to me because there is no legal strategy that is going to be able to challenge and successfully beat these laws in all of these states. Most of these laws, if we don't do something at the federal level, will be in place when we go to vote in 2022. And I'm concerned about what this is portending for 2024 and whether or not this version of the Republican Party would try to overthrow a presidential election if they were given power by establishing these laws.
The Brennan Center has analyzed the For the People Act, the bill we were discussing at the beginning of the show tonight with Senator Merkley, S1. And the Brennan Center has analyzed each of the restrictive voting bills pending in the states and concludes that the For the People Act would thwart virtually every single one. It would foil state efforts to manipulate voting rules to exclude eligible voters or create discriminatory outcomes. That shows that the stakes could not be higher for S1.
They couldn't be. And what we're trying to do here, Lawrence, is really quite simple. It's something that Congress has done before, is set national standards so that our democracy is not radically different from state to state. And so we're setting national standards around early voting, setting national standards for vote by mail, and really importantly, national standards for voter registration. Because, what we're seeing is that if these laws are allowed to go through, you'll see some states where it's quite easy to vote, where the state is trying to make it easier for their citizens to be involved and to make their voices heard, and others where particularly Black and brown voters and young voters, too, because many of these laws are aimed at young voters, it's extremely, extremely difficult. And we can't allow that to happen. I don't know what the Senate is going to have to do. As you know, Lawrence, you're a Senate guy, I'm a House guy, but they have to find a way to make this bill into law. Because we need to have national standards to protect our democracy. I agree with Stacey Abrams. It's not a partisan issue. It's an issue about our democracy.
It got a little personal today in the Senate Rules Committee hearing when the chair of the committee, Senator Klobuchar, addressed Senator Cruz. Let's listen to this.
When, in fact, you, Senator Cruz, not all of your colleagues here today, you were contesting the Electoral College. You were one of the leaders on the effort to say that the election results were not correct. And so you wonder why we want to make sure that people have the right to vote.
And you see there in that shot that your Texas senator cannot even look up and face what is being said to him, which is absolutely true.
No, he can't. And he has bragged recently about leading the insurrection on January 6th. I agree with what was said earlier, that he should have a Scarlet S everywhere he goes as a seditionist. This is the biggest divide in our politics, Lawrence, in my opinion, isn't between the parties and between ideology. It's between folks who believe in democracy and those who don't. And so we need to have support for the folks who believe in democracy in the form of legislation that prevents these states from putting in place these laws, prevents folks like Senator Cruz, who clearly has no interest in our democracy and is only engaged in promoting himself and, of course, promoting the big lie, to prevent them from being in charge of who gets elected, who gets put in power, and how our democracy works.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.